We're all talking about technology here. We're all looking for the disruptive technology that will change all of our lives, that will take the market in a new direction and make our company a unicorn. But actually, when we create a product, it comes enveloped in content, a website, landing page, technical guides, and much more. However, we take content for granted. But content can be found everywhere, in a mobile app, in a smart TV user interface, in software, in a washing machine user manual, both in day-to-day life and in our professional lives. And when someone wants to get to know us, wants to buy from us, we take it for granted that they'll communicate with us in our language. But is this the right assumption to make? Let's get to know our world a little better. 4% of the world population are native English speakers. That's all. We have 6,000 languages, 7 billion people living in the world today. 1 billion people are born every 15 years, mostly in non-English speaking countries. 82% won't visit your website unless presented in their language. 72% will prefer shopping on websites that are approachable in their native language. 55% will buy exclusively from localized websites. So this is the business bottom line here. The common reality is that we unwittingly create obstacles. If your content is only in English, only 4% of your global audience will pay attention to it. If the text is translated poorly, you lose the market completely. If the text is just translated, but not localized, we'll only get a relatively small portion of the market. If the product is completely localized and provides a complete and consistent user experience, you'll come out a winner. My name is Omer, Shani, and I am the CEO of BlueLion. BlueLion has been around since 2012. We've localized tens of millions of words and adapted products in over 90 languages for market leaders from all around the world. I've been in the language industry since 2005. I started off as a sales and marketing manager. I'm a Libra. I'm always striving for balance because I noticed that even when you work with the best translators, there's always some rebound rate and the customer isn't fully satisfied. I realized that translation is not enough. Sometimes we believe that we just have to snap our finger to control the world or even the universe without simultaneously making half the universe disappear. Localization can't just happen with a snap of a finger. It's a much more complex process. Taking a product that works locally and adapting it for use in a different market may seem at face value like something relatively simple. We take content, translate it, then go live with it. But then you realize that it's not that simple and there are a whole lot of obstacles along the way. And none of us wants to encounter surprises that we didn't think of or plan for beforehand. Maybe it's because we didn't prepare our system for another language. Maybe it's because we didn't plan the work process properly. Maybe relying on insufficient technologies. Or maybe we didn't get to really know our local market. And maybe there were bugs in the system, so even when we translate into Korean, any small glitch in one character could change what appears as penetration to settings instead of entrance to settings. And this one, a true story. I'd like to make a new assumption here today. I believe that language is part of the user experience. People only buy what they understand. The goal of UX is to create an experience, to be user-friendly for the user, and to create a competitive advantage. If the language isn't lined up on the appropriate side of a product, if the buttons aren't suited to the length and height of the language, and if the language isn't translated properly, I won't have faith in the product, which is why I probably won't buy it. And that's how you lose 50 million, 200 million, and 1 billion potential customers. This is why we need a streamlined process. LMP, Language Management Plan, is the answer. We implemented this process in most of the companies we work with. We saw an improvement in the quality of the finished products. The work was more efficient, excellent accuracy rates, faster time to market, better engagement in the local markets, and a much, much higher ROI. This is our LMP process. Building a language KPI, qualitative and quantitative measures of time, quality, who is responsible for what in the organization, which files to work with, which platforms are good to work with. Building a standard glossary for the entire organization that is implemented for every project at a per product, per segment resolution. Language quality assurance processes before going live. All content is managed in an everlasting updated database and more cutting-edge solutions. We generate trust using the LMP. As soon as your audience understands the content, trust is created, which generates engagement and in turn is leading to sales and loyalty. Take control of your localization process. When you prepare a work plan for your company, it's really important, in addition to the marketing and business plan chapters, to devote a chapter to the LMP and localization, whether at the product level or at the organization level, so that your content is adapted to the local user. Create a globalization strategy that will be in sync with R&D, with marketing, with sales, with your people in Israel, the US, EMEA, APAC, and everywhere else. Simply localize your UX. My name is Omer Shani from BlueLion, and I thank you very much for listening, and it was a pleasure talking with you, and best of luck with your global business.